Hi, I'm Daniel with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at and I'm going to show you how to install the B&W trailer hitch on our 2025 Toyota RAV4. Whether you have a gas RAV4 or a hybrid PHEV like we do today, then a hitch is going to work for you. And if you're planning on doing some light duty towing, maybe having a cargo carrier or bike rack, then adding a hitch is going to be a great idea. This hitch looks pretty good on the RAV4. As you can see, it's got a shiny black finish, which is going to match your OEM bumper. Now this one will hang down a little further than some of the other ones we have on the market because those other ones you will have to cut a little bit of the bumper and it sits just a bit higher. But overall it looks pretty good and the cross tubes are hidden. And if you're planning on towing, there are safety chain loops and they are kind of tucked pretty far back here, so you will have to get far back there to get your safety chains on. They can easily accept a S-hook or clevis style, but if you're planning on towing a lot, I would suggest getting a different model like the Kurt. Just because those are a little more accessible. Now you will need a 5/8 inch pin and clip to secure your accessory in your hitch. Now usually your accessory when you buy one comes with a pin, but I would recommend upgrading to a locking pin just so you have that extra sense of security when you're out on the trail. I'll go ahead and get you a couple measurements. So from the ground to the top of the inside of the hitch receiver is going to be 11 3/4. So that's good to know if you're going up a steep incline and you want to make sure that this doesn't bottom out when you have an accessory in here. Now the next measurement is going to be from the center of the hitch pin hole to the outside of the bumper, and that's going to be about 7 inches. So that's going to be important if you have a folding accessory like a bike rack and you want to make sure that doesn't come into contact with your bumper. This hitch has a max towing capacity of 4,500 pounds, and that is going to be the trailer plus whatever's inside of it, and it has a max tongue weight of 675 pounds, and that is the amount of weight pushing down on the hitch receiver in this direction. Now do always check your owner's manual and make sure you're towing what your vehicle can handle. If you decide to get this hitch for your RAV4, please let us know in a review or comment how you're liking it and what kind of accessory you're using with it. Now as far as the install goes, this is very simple and it doesn't take too long. But if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, feel free to check out our dealer locator. We can find a professional in your area to get this done for you. But if you're looking to do it yourself, follow along and I'll walk you through it. First thing we're going to want to do is lower our exhaust so we can have more room to work under here. I'm going to take a strap and I'm going to put this somewhere on the frame just so this supports the weight of the exhaust. There's going to be 3 rubber isolators that we're going to have to remove. I'm going to spray it with some lubricant. You can use soapy water, and I'm just going to use a pry bar. And get that removed. There's going to be one on the driver's and passenger side, and I'll do the same thing to get these off. There's going to be 2 stickers on the outside of the frame, and they're going to be covering some threaded holes that we're going to be putting our hardware in. So I'm just going to take a scraper and get these removed. On the passenger side, there is going to be a tow hook that's going to be in our way. So I'm going to take a 17mm socket and get these 2 bolts removed. And get this set to the side. I'll take the larger bolt that comes in our kit and a conical tooth washer. Make sure the teeth are going to be facing the metal. I'm going to hold this up to where our threaded holes are in our frame. And loosely get our hardware installed. I have this intersection of the hitch, and I will get this raised into place. This does help to have a second person maneuver this in place, but now you can put the hardware through both plates and get the nut on the back side. I'll attach all 4 bolts on this side, and then I'll do the same on the driver's side. Now we can tighten and torque everything down. I'll first tighten the bolts going into the frame on either side with a 19mm socket. On the passenger side, you may have to use a wrench to get these tightened down. A ratcheting one makes it go a little faster, but there's a little low clearance on this side. Now we can tighten the 4 on the sides with a 14mm socket and wrench. We can torque all our hardware down to the specs and instructions in the same order we tightened it down in. And if you don't have a torque wrench at home, you can usually rent one from your local auto parts store, or you can buy one from us at eTrailer. Now we can put all of our rubber isolators back onto our exhaust. And we can take our support strap down. And that just about does it for the B&W trailer hitch on our 2025 Toyota RAV4. Thanks for watching.